Have you had any painkillers yet? Would you like some? No, thank you. Are you sure? You've got some paracetamol, some ibuprofen. Here's a cannula so you can have some more. You can have something injected into you. No, thank you. Past 22 hours since I ruptured my shoulder, I actually dislocated my shoulder last night. I had a misadventure through one of my physical training. I was doing some wrestling, and very badly, clearly, because I ended up on the mat, heard a crunch, stood up, and this bone was protruding out about up here, which it doesn't normally do. So I went to the hospital at 7 p.m. last night, found out that I'd snapped, well, several ligaments actually, and so the collarbone popped up. So that's what happened. And from the moment I was there, don't get me wrong, it hurt. But from the moment I arrived at hospital, I've had at least 16 different offers for painkillers immediately. And my first response is, no, thank you. I don't feel I need it. Sure, the pain is very intense at times, and other times it's mildly intense, and it's okay. If I need it, I'll ask. And yet, when I said no, they kept asking me, repeating, nurses, doctors, every single new person that I met would ask me again. And then they'd come back and ask me repeatedly as well. Very well meaning, very well meaning. But the reality is that I did not need my pain to be numbed. I did not need my experience of life to be numbed. And it just came to me, it's just, because obviously one of the things that I've been doing for years is challenging myself and to grow through experience, right? To face those things that I used to shy away from, the things that I was scared of, the things that led to all my failures in life, and to be able to grow through them. This is no different. This is just a physical version of that. So physical pain, it comes in, it's not a bad thing, right? If I didn't have pain here right now, I might do something silly like I did earlier, which was I've been manipulating it a bit, it's feeling a little bit better. And I dropped something and went to grab it with my right hand. Pain kicked in, that went from like an 8 to a 10 very quickly. So the pain was there to warn me, don't do that, you're not ready for that yet. And as far as the stuff goes, I'm probably going to have an operation on it, but in the meantime, it's okay. I'm manipulating it, ensuring I'm getting the blood flow and doing everything I need to do. If I need painkillers, I will ask for them. But it really highlighted just seeing around, and I was listening while I was in there, because I was there many hours today. I was there last night a few hours, and again today since this morning. And the number of times I could hear them just offering painkillers to everyone there. It's like we're trying to medicate everyone around us to be numb to life itself. And people just laying there, going, yeah, I haven't had my painkillers yet. And, I'm sure in some cases, of course, it's needed. There's a good reason why these things exist. And I'm not saying that you should never have them by any means. There may be times when I need them and want them. This is not about that. This is about the default setting. The default setting to let's stop the pain. And a lot of it actually is their discomfort, right? They're finding it painful for me to be in pain. And I'm okay with it, because it's a natural thing that happened as a result of planting into the ground with a guy that weighs as much as me, twice the body weight essentially onto my shoulder. It's going to happen. And part of the healing process actually is another reason why I didn't want to is because it affects the natural healing process, which is going on right now. But the numbness, the numbing to life, it's insipid and it's everywhere, and it's wanting people to, it's underestimating people for a start, underestimating themselves, underestimating other people, disempowering others by wanting to take away their pain. And I'm just like, it needs to stop. We need to stop this, because what we're doing is we're not preparing ourselves for life in any way, shape or form. Now, I'm not saying pain in itself is a very good thing. However, it's a very useful thing. And so one of the things which I find vitally important is to use pain as preparation and training in everyday life for later. So if it's at the gym, it's obvious, right? You go to the gym and you train your body and your muscles ache, you have physical pain, but that means you're actually tearing the muscles is what's happening, and then they're getting stronger as a result of that pain. Pain now equals strength later. That's what that is. It's the same thing for emotional pain, same thing for physical pain. So if you go for the painkiller, either metaphorically or seriously, or specifically, you're robbing yourself of something that you could get from that pain. The message it's got there, not just the signal to say this needs to heal, but actually a deeper one, which is, if you can't handle this pain, how are you going to handle the inevitable challenges that life throws at you? You know, we live in a beautifully tragic world. And I mean beautifully tragic because it is very beautiful. There is so much to be appreciative for. There is so much joy and so much gorgeousness in this world. And it's tragic because everyone we know will get sick and die, or die without getting sick. But everyone we know, right? Us too. That's part of life itself. We're born into this world, and as soon as we grow up finding that out, and that's what life is. So that's just a fact. So if we are numbing ourselves to the day-to-day pain, you know, ignoring the things that bother us in our connections, if we are holding back from challenging ourselves physically, psychologically, emotionally on a day-to-day basis, when those things come up, which they will, there's no avoiding it, we're going to be ill-equipped to handle it. And so one of the very simple things that you can do immediately to change that is to use pain to prepare yourself for the challenges that life has in store for you.